to create a video. It's basically a video tour and a brief history on the construction of Sendonia, aptly named after my character Sendo. Mainly for my own reference rather than other people's, kind of immortalizing in video and explaining everything behind the construction process. Personally, building-wise, I don't think it's that impressive, but it is fairly decent scale. But I guess it all starts right here in this room. This room is basically where I basically found this spawner right here, and it was at the bottom of the ocean next to a little ravine, which I built a little base next to, and then I just started digging around it until I created this room that I'm standing in. That's still like the center of the entire place. And well, I went a little bit from there, just a little bit, But yeah, I mean it's gone through changes over time. Like, I mean, originally it was just a room, and then it just became a giant hole in the ground, and then I glassed the roof, which was on the bottom of the ocean, and this center area basically was the first protection stone area, which was a 60 by 60, 61 by 61. So I mean, the actual dimensions of it are exactly that. And I think the first thing I created was one of these little side storage rooms that I used to store the stone and dirt and everything I mined out of it. Ooh, that was leg. And then I built the tower in the center. And the tower's kind of plain itself, but I think it makes a good like centerpiece of the whole place. I kind of built it mostly at one dimension in a circle, and then started to shrink it as I got a little further up. And it's kind of the only, well, one of like two entrances from above ground basically, but it's kind of just in the middle of the water. Yeah, we'll look at that stuff later. Let's go to, I guess, the second area I created, which was this place. Which I didn't feel like digging basically all the way down to bedrock again, so I thought I'd go like 15 levels down and just build like a basic farm, a little farmhouse. And this is actually part of the original ravine that went through here, and I basically just capped the floor and flooded it. So I had a little artificial river running through it, and then I thought a forest would look nice on the back side of it, basically. And this is my cow pen, which I have no cows in. For some reason, they seem to have disappeared. That's kind of dismaying, but let's see. Then I built this little stable over here, which all my horses are gone too. Got little piston gates. And then I invited Stony 29 and Scarecrow 20 over, whom I know in real life, and they started working on their little sections, which became pretty nice, I think. It loads. He started off basically the same. We decided to, just go like 15 down on all the corner sides, so it wouldn't be too much to dig out. Skeleton here. And he built his little house and his little barn and empty sheep and cow pens. It's kind of sad. And his stable. I think he has chickens in here too. No, his chickens are gone. His horses are gone. What happened to all the animals? Oh wait, there's an animal. One hairless sheep. Hello, sheep. You look sad. Okay. And Scarecrow 20 was on the other side. Seems like having render distance problems. He has animals, what the fuck? He's got 500 neon sheep, but we have no cows or pigs or... that's ridiculous. How'd that happen? I don't, okay. But, digging out the sides, we found many more spawners. So, I mean, this is a double pigman spawner right here. And, it works pretty good. That's probably one of the first ones we built. And then, I ended up finding on the other side, or over here, a triple spawner. So we have a triple pigment spawner and a double pigment spawner basically right next to each other. I even attempted to make a railway track so I could stimulate all 5 at the same time, but it just didn't seem like it was worth the effort. It seemed like it was still just quicker to stand near it rather than try to ride a railway. But yeah, so that just kind of got abandoned and left there. Because I think it's still way more efficient just to stand about here and let the triple build up for experience and all that. But I kind of glossed over some areas. Initially, I mean, this is the second video I've made on this place, but there have been so many changes to it since the last video that it's unrecognizable in some areas. Like this initially started as just, you know, an empty spot, and he had this fountain in the middle. And then we built this corner tower over here with a nice little spiral staircase going up to the surface level, which I built. I built the staircase for him. He built the tower though. And then, let's see. And then his side kind of evolved from there, where we tried to set up kind of a, I don't know. He wanted a graveyard, so we built him a graveyard. And these are supposed to be the graves of everyone he's killed. I even wrote him down a list of everyone I thought he'd killed, and he's only gotten like 12, maybe. What's up, Alex? 1M1. Rest in peace, buddy. Rest in peace. Alright. And these are supposed to be the more, the higher ranked graves. Basically the titans and overlords are the just people that take forever to kill. Good fights, basically. But he doesn't even have any of those up. He's been slacking a bit. This is a church for the graveyard, which, despite its small dimensions trying to fit it in here, is actually, I think it turned out pretty well. I think it turned out pretty well indeed. That was built by Sendonia, where I built the graveyard. And I also built this. This was a little tomb on the side, which was kind of going for like a catacombs look here. I think it turned out alright. And then, mission, I can't even explore that area for some reason. I'm not added to this protection stone. That's this mag. Monster energy. But underneath there is a tomb I built that we made giant graves for the 3 of us. And it's lined with all kinds of jewels and diamonds and gold, and even got Tony or Stony banned because they said he couldn't create that much diamond, and like half of what's down there is mine, and It was some big deal, and he almost got permabanned, and we got that sorted out though. And this was just basically a continuation section where we could, you know, basically build more onto, but haven't done anything yet with. And let's see. We'll go back over to Stoney's side and look around. I guess we can do this real quick. This side is where the triple pigman spawner was. This is a tree farm. It's a multi-level tree farm. Just for, you know, the purpose of collecting all the wood. It took me a while to dig out. It takes a while to chop down, but you do get a good deal of wood out of it. So, I feel it was worth it. And this building right here is my library slash enchanting room, which is pretty basic, but I like it. Got a nice little library over there. Got a nice little enchanting room with organized book chests. So every time I enchant a book, I just can organize them quickly. And then I got the piston-based enchanting table. So basically, I can control each section of the bookshelves with these, and get different level enchants. So I mean that's handy. That was one of the first redstone things I probably did on the server, was this little thing right here. And then triple pigman spawner, which you can see all the spawners. Then this was my little alchemy room. This is actually a more recent creation. I just got this off of YouTube though, so it isn't anything like super fancy. It's just some brewing contraption which basically the dispensers pop out the ingredients into the hoppers, and then it basically automatically brews your potions for you. It's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't create it though. I found it on YouTube, so. In fact, most of my redstone creations, I will say, I found on YouTube, but it's functional. It fits in this building. That's all that matters. And that's pretty much for this section. And where are we? Oh, okay. This is also a more recent addition. This was kind of like a this is kind of like a training area, kind of like a sparring, dueling, archery practice thing. Just because this is kind of like my PvP arena is kind of in there. And this was supposed to be an armory. And I had item frames on all of these with like basically every set of armor and weapons that go with them. And I had a bunch of enchanted weapons on here, but item frames were bugged and they disappeared on me, and I haven't felt like replacing them. So that was kind of disappointing too. But I'm going here. This is my little PvP area that never PvP arena that's never been used. Not sure what's with the loading bugs, but there we go. So I mean, this was actually featured in the video, the other video at the very end of it as an unfinished room, and you can see I've done quite a bit if you go back and compare to that. It's a multi-level. I think it'd be fun, but again, I don't really PvP much. You can tell by my player kills on the on the right hand side that I don't PvP that much. So I think it turned out nicely though. I'd like to see it get some use, but letting people in here is kind of a hassle. Every time someone from the outside gets in, they end up setting homes and trying to kill people and doing all kinds of crazy shit. It's just one of those things. And it's back over at Stoney's place. We're gonna explore his barn. I guess we can go in his house. Look around his house. He makes very realistic looking houses. I mean, he has couches and fireplaces, and he tries to decorate nicely. Here's his little kitchen. Let's go check out what's upstairs. His upstairs kind of abandoned. There's probably supposed to be a bedroom that he never finished. is mainly just for decoration and not actually any real purpose. He basically lives downstairs, is where he really lives, down here. He's got a little pumpkin patch over there. Because downstairs is his storage room, which apparently is so full he's now stacking chests on the floor. So he also had item frames for every one of his items too, but with the item frame bugs he lost half of them. So he has organized rooms full of, you know, everything you could imagine. And this is his little farm basically over here. His little piston redstone, or yeah, piston wheaten netherwort farm. It's got some carrots over here. I mean, these harvesters are alright, but they're I like the other harvesters better. I'll show you those in a minute. But basically he just flips a switch, the water comes rushing down, and then all his shit collects right there, and then he just has to replant. So but yeah, I mean, he did a lot of work to mine out this layer and do the floor and the roof like this, and I mean, he literally has like a chest for every single item in here. And then this is his enchanting room in here, where he also has a chest for like every single book. So I mean, this is really where he lives. And then let's see. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, it's got a cat. We'll head downstairs, and there's a zombie spawner that way. That's where we got our first villagers, which are probably all gone to. This is basically he was just trying to do like a mini town, and I suggested turning it into a shop and have, you know, like each building basically be a store. Have like a carpentry shop, a smithing shop, a potion shop, things like that. And it turned out really well, and he made a ridiculous amount of money from it. I mean, basically tons of people were continuously coming to this shop and constantly buying him out of stock, to the point where he basically was on refill duty like for like 4 hours a day at the very least. Granted, he does play a lot, but that's still very time consuming. I don't particularly have that much time, so he did have NPC villagers in here in like every single building, behind every counter. There were a couple like guard NPC villagers here, and they are all gone, which is kind of disappointing. And that also got him in trouble, having so many diamond blocks over here. But he has gates set up to the market and to Warp Wild, so he had just tons of people coming in here. And this is kind of a closed and sealed unit in itself. Like there's a little fence here, but I don't think you can ender pearl through. We haven't been able to, so it was kind of safe to let people roam in this little underground village, basically, and explore. And then this was something I saw on YouTube also, which I rather enjoyed. A 3x3 piston door. I thought that was just cool, so we built that there. And this was supposed to be some kind of tunnel slash sewer system that he was making in a corner, and it goes up and down a couple levels, I believe. Yeah, which I never really did much with, other than just repeat the same pattern thing, but it does look impressive. I mean, he was thinking about putting like a railway in here and having like a roller coaster, but I don't know. I guess we didn't do that. And I believe it also goes down into just another non-finished part yet, or nothing, or we haven't decided to do anything with it yet anyway. But all this could probably be mined out, and something could be put here, but what? I don't know. have to go back upstairs if I can find my way out. If I can find my way out. Maybe that's the purpose of his labyrinth here. Just to confuse people. This one. Here we go. Alright. There's a zombie. Yeah, there's a zombie spawner down there somewhere. But, I'm not going looking for it right now. Alright. Now we're back in the center. And let's see. So this is also a little miniature prison he built, just for kicks. No one's been imprisoned there yet. Maybe someday. And there's the upper level to those tunnels, which we don't want to go back in, so we don't get lost. And this building over here, which I didn't go on earlier because it's kind of a newer addition, was supposed to be basically my town hub, because there's basically 3 towns in this place. Mine, Stonies, and Scarecrows, and that's how we got the protection, because this is like almost 200 by 200 underwater, underground. So I mean, it's kind of big. But this was my my town hub basically. So my spawn point would be here, and then I'd have plots. Well, at the very least, I have 4 plots set up right now, although they are unoccupied. And having other people in here is usually just more of a hassle. So they have been unoccupied. And let's see. Down here, wherever it is, I believe the entrance is this way. Yeah, here we go. Inside the forest from earlier, there's the button. The button leads into my gate room, which has a couple spawners up here, but these gates go to outposts I have set up around the world. There are 12 in total, and they are about 2,500 blocks apart. Pretty much 2 north, 2 south, 2 east, 2 west, and 1 northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest, I believe. So I have 12 of them, so I can easily get around the map. And that's new. The skyboat? No, it's not mine. I don't care about it. I'm looking at skyboats today. But it's mostly gone unused. I thought it was a kind of a brilliant idea when I did it, because that took up a lot of my time when I first started playing, was doing this. And a lot of money too, because each outpost costs like 1,500 bucks to create, so. But you can see my money's kind of high right now, so. So this is basically where all the gates connected. So I do have a couple extras just in case I wanted to do more west, southwest, you know what I mean, the diagonals basically. But yeah. Other than that, this room's caused me trouble too, because I had on that wall, before I put this gate here, I was working on a world map. I mean, this map is about, I believe, 10,000 by 10,000, and the largest maps you can make in Minecraft are about 2,048 blocks, and it takes forever to uncover that much space, even with flying. I had about 10 to 12 done, and then all my item frames disappear. I initially thought it was someone that griefed me, because one person that did manage to get in here managed to bust out that block because my protections were set wrong and just replaced it with cobblestone. So I wasn't sure if it was someone that did that or the item frame bug, because I had them all in item frames. But either way, I lost like probably 20 hours of work right on that wall. And with the new map changes, how when you stick them in item frames they all connect, that would have looked amazing. But I cannot bring myself to do it again. So because it was the most boring thing I've ever done. which I can actually show you briefly. Yeah. All these chests here, except maybe a couple at the top, are full of stone. I have sold stone, I've given away stone, I have done many things with stone, and all those plus I think something like 12 of these, and on the other side many of these are filled with stone, because I have a ridiculous amount of stone from mining this out. So if anyone needs stone, I'm selling cheaply if you buy in bulk. Let's see. Down underneath Scarecrow's place, other than the thing I can't show you for some reason because I don't have any protection, or can't access the protection area over there. He started digging down under here. And was going to make a few things. First was a giant mushroom area, which is mostly dug out, but never really done anything. We were thinking about making it like a mushroom village, but just haven't got around to it yet. Maybe someday. I mean, once we finish the walls and finish the digging, and then maybe dig up the ceiling a couple more, and then grow the mushrooms, and then build mushroom houses, and, you know, I mean, that's, yeah, that might, probably not going to get done. It's probably not. And then we'll go, no, I built a spiral stair, or the not really spiral staircase, just a regular staircase, and had the, or knocked out the sides and put this wood here just so I could see the center tower, and actually had a way to get up from the bottom without flying, you know, just in case, although I had fly, so it's not really a big deal. But on the inside, initially, I just had this, a small sugarcane farm, and my harvesters. I'm not sure if, what the, I don't know who put that there. No results found. I have no idea. But my harvesters, I believe this one's 3 layers and this one's 4, so they're pretty standard harvesters. You can look them up on YouTube and find them. You get like 7 stacks out of that one. This one, I'm like, I don't know, less than that out of that one. They're not super impressive, but they're cool. Little cactus farm here, automated cactus farm. Not gonna do anything for it. It just pops them all in the hopper as they come down. There they come, to the point where I have too much cactus, I think. But that's what happens. And then, yeah, that's where when my harvesters comes out from the top. And then I have these are automated pumpkin and watermelon farms. Basically, you flip a switch, pistons pop up, water comes down, pushes everything over here, and then to the collection area down here. And you don't need to replant because the stems are safe behind the glass. This is a instant wheat farm. Basically, you just plant the seed when you stand on the pressure plate, and wheat continuously pops out. I had a little redstone interest for a second there. These are broken because they're not, well, that one's working, but these aren't working for some reason. They're supposed to be automatic sugarcane farms, but they like to freeze up when no one's around, because as soon as it grows, it's supposed to activate a comparator that pushes the pistons forward, that, you know, knocks off the top block or whatever. But, I mean, it has function, but it's not functioning that great. It's that freaking comparator. I don't want to fix it. It takes too much time. Alright, trying to think if I'm missing anything underground. circuitry farm. I don't think there's anything else under there. There's some redstone circuitry over here for that. No. Okay, I think we're done down here. We can go upstairs now. Which initially we didn't have like anything up there, but Scarecrow expanded his protection area into the jungle a bit, so we got some land mass. We did build a boat, which is fairly nice, I think. I think it came out fairly nice. This was the first actual boat I've built. Me and Stony built it just one day out of boredom, and I think it looks amazing. It's got an underdeck. It's furnished. The captain's cabin. Pretty basic though. Underdeck. That's probably the kitchen area. Little bunk area down there. And of course we made statues of all of us basically. I created the statues, I created the weapons they hold. It was not that bad, honestly. I mean, pixel statues, this is actually my first attempts at pixel statues, so I think they turned out pretty good. That's my skin, of course. You can tell by probably my hand. Over here should be Stonies. In his Star Trek uniform, yes. He's got a nice little shield here, and a diamond sword, which he also got in trouble for because he has too many diamonds. And that's this building over here that my character's standing on is actually one of my gate hub rooms. So, yeah, that's my west gate. I actually made every gate room look exactly the same, so most have a letter on the top indicating the direction it is, so. But, alright, let's go over here. Maybe this stuff will load. And this is Scarecrow statue. Don't know why he has a chick skin. Don't know. I like the sword though. The bow came out actually really nice too. And this is the one thing that he can truly be proud of. This gigantic iron golem farm he created that works wonderfully. I barely touched anything during the creation of it, so that was all him. The Monster Energy symbol, on the other hand, I probably built about half that, maybe more. Because he likes Monster Energy, and when you got two gigantic towers for iron golems, you might as well put something in between them. Which are half floating, but you get the idea. They're giant towers. We'll fly down the side of one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. The giant towers with villagers that stimulate golems to spawn in the middle that get caught down there and then get pushed through water and then end up right here by some pistons to be crushed. And they're giant. You need two of them, and you got to put them about 60 blocks apart. So in the middle of that, we built the Monster Energy symbol. Yeah. That basically broke us on coal too. I mean, we had quite a stockpile on coal because coal is extremely common, and that broke us. All of us, all three of us. That was like all our coal. So, yeah. Came out nice though. He wants to finish it and actually write Monster Energy underneath it, but that's on him. And what else? I believe we have a little hut back here somewhere. relaxing little area. Nice little gazebo here. You can fish in a little secluded area. Pretty nice place. Rest on these beach chairs here. Yeah, there you go. Feel relaxed already. And trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, there's the other place. Oh, well, these are here. He also eventually wanted residents, or tried to get residents, and set up plots outside, because he's the only one that actually has land that's outside of our center dome. And yeah, that didn't work out though. But I guess I'll get the sky view if I can get it. That kind of force renders. The sky view is pretty impressive. Again, if it renders properly, but it doesn't seem like it is. So all in all, it's about 183 by 183. So I just rounded up to about 200 by 200, because since we started with protection zones and then changed over to town blocks don't. You can't basically put a town block wherever you want. They kind of snap to grids. So some of it sticks out a little bit further. Like, that's why I have my plots back there underwater, which make it stick out a little bit further. And I think we completely towned the boat, so we have basically like a line here that goes around. And if you notice, we have beacons everywhere. Sadly, most of the digging was done without the beacons, though, because I didn't have those when I started. They're just mostly the decorative these days. But yeah, that's the top-down view. It's pretty impressive. But I suppose I can show you. We got bored, and this is our other set of spawners, which this is I believe there's 5 spider spawners here. No, there's only 4. So this is a quadruple cave spider spawner, which is exceedingly efficient. So this is definitely predicted. So we decided to do a little bit more with it, and we ended up doing this. So this is half completed. This is basically almost a mirror of the other place, in which we except we stair step the glass here, and we're going to have surface around, but it's pretty much the same. Mainly because we got a lot of people that said we world edited in the other place, or had a mod do it for us, and that's just not true. We dug it by hand, and it was hard and painful. So we did it again just to prove them otherwise. Although I don't think anyone actually knows this place exists, or at least very few people do. So yeah, don't try to find it. Don't do it. It's not all protected yet. But yeah, so I guess that concludes my little brief video tour and I don't know, history of the buildings that we've built. I mean, the structures we've done, the holes we've dug. Yeah, I give up. Peace out.